Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Paul-Esupofo. Thank you so much for joining. This morning is a very wonderful morning. This is Special Drama Film School Online, the first of its kind on Facebook Live and later being uploaded on YouTube. Thank you so much for those people that subscribed on YouTube. We really appreciate that. Thank you for Yoruba class yesterday. Wow. Thank you for those testimonies. People are just talking and say, wow, we like the Yoruba version of this class. Well, I wish I can speak in different language. I can wish, in fact, the best language I would have loved to do my class is in Spanish. I don't know, maybe in the future the Lord will help me. Maybe, I don't know, but God will help me to speak in Spanish. I'll be able to do my class in Spanish. Well, this is good, and all of you can also help me to interpret it in different languages. If you are so much interested, you can pick any of our videos and interpret it to any language, maybe from French to any language, maybe in French rather, maybe in French to any language and all that. From English to French to anything. Thank you very much. This morning we still continue on EFP, electronic feed production. We have covered some things. We've talked about the central visual team yesterday, and this morning we're talking about research. I said something oftentimes. I said something that somebody has searched and we are searching again is what they call research. That is, you search it, you've discovered it, you found it, and you now discover, you find it, and it's being found, or it's been found, and you now go back to it. That is what is called research. When you do something, when you have produced something, you have seen somebody who says, okay, let me search it, okay, let me search, and by the time you search, you'll be able to discover that it's very, very good opportunity for you to discover what and who you are and what you can do. This is very, very lovely. I tell you, this is lovely and this is fantastic. Now, we talk about research. Because producers of EFP will be their services to many different kind of clients, EFP projects often require familiarity with technical terms or producers' procedures beyond the realm of the producer's experience. So most times when people call you, you have to do your research. Like now, I'm being called to come and be of help to a particular set of people. How do I do it? How can I do it? Then I have to make sure that I'm given the best in everything I need to do. I'm giving them my best in everything I need to portray today. Now, one of the things in the research, we're going to be talking about 3 or 4 areas. What you need to do, especially if you're having a client. Professionally, you call it clients. Ministerially, you call them maybe producers, maybe ministers you're working with. But really, the real name for them is their clients. The client is somebody who gives a job to do. That's a client, okay? So don't just be religious about it, but that's the truth. Now, one of the things you need to look at, you have to look at the technical terms. What are the things the people, then a complete project, when you have your complete project begins to have this audio visual, because you're talking about EFP. Your audio visual must be balanced. Your audio visual must be very, very unique. Your audio visual must be very, very fantastic. Your audio visual must be very, very unique. Your audio visual must be something that everybody can. The frequency and the fluency must become the same thing. The frequency and the fluency must be balanced. In fact, what we are going to have is something. Then I will tell you that research is one of the best things. It is not necessary, it is compulsory. It's not only necessary, but it's also compulsory. Research is compulsory. Research is compulsory. Not only necessary, it's compulsory. Because this research will provide you a lot of things to attain the right respect, to obtain the respect, to gain respect from people. They say, oh, no, it's not possible. And by the time they do research, so I'm sorry, Brother Paul. Oh, you are correct. Several times, maybe because I've enjoyed this thing many times, it becomes something like I'm always rejoicing in it. Because I am surrounded by people that correct me. I'm surrounded by a family. I'm surrounded by ministry members. I'm surrounded by people that say, no, this is not correct. Even when I'm trying to say, no, this is, sometimes leaders want to use an egocentric pattern. But thank God for my wife, thank God for my team, thank God for my people. And just, sir, you are not correct in this thing. And I realized I'm not correct. And by the time I have those experiences often and often, I also do my research before I come out to tell them anything. You know, when you're going to your client, especially your client that knows nothing about filmmaking, you must have done your research very well. If you don't do your research very well, then you are already affecting a lot of things. One of the things, the fluency, it can be achieved in 4 ways. Number 1, the interview with knowledgeable individuals. Interviews with knowledgeable individuals. The best way to learn, the best way to gain more knowledge is interviewing people, asking questions. Intelligent questions, really. Not just any question, but intelligent questions that people can look at and look at. Number 2, reading materials relevant to the topic you're talking about. Go away. Okay, I'm doing something. Okay, somebody's talking about teaching. What are they talking about teaching? Okay, the topic is talking about somebody who doesn't want to teach. Okay, what is teaching? How does it come to this level? So you have topics. You read relevant topic, relevant materials on this topic. The next one is viewing other information. Viewing other information previously prepared either by or for the client. You can say, okay, can I see the last job you did? Can I see this? Just like a footballer who wants to play with another set of country, maybe a country or a team or another club. The first thing is they have to study the match of the other game, the opponent. They have to study, okay, what are the attackers, who are the attackers, who are who are the defenders, who are the strikers. They have to look at it in this way, and they look at it in very dynamic wicket. These are the things that okay, let me say, okay, they are weak in this left hand. Oh, all the time, all the people that call them through this meet all the time. So you look at viewing other information previously prepared by either by and for the company. Maybe the person is the one that created it, or the other person have created it, and it has to do a lot of things and all that. Then the next one is searching for information available on the internet. You have to go on the internet and search for the information available. Make sure you are not just searching, raffle searching. Make sure you are specific. There is a Boolean search. The Boolean search of being specific. Look at how many hours ago, how many. Some people, they just search. They don't know that what they have searched is just 15 years ago. Some of them, they didn't say 10 years ago. And they just copy it and they begin to run with it. No, look at how many hours ago, how few hours ago. These are the things I like so much. You know, how many hours ago, how many minutes ago. You have to look at those things. Let's go bit by bit and see what we can do. Number one, interviews. Now, when you interview, when you're interviewing these people who are really expert, who are professionals in their field, you are serving two purposes. Because by the time you are discussing the video with the person who is in the know, okay, who is in the know, a person in the know, you will understand the better and write a coherent script. That, of course, maybe you're talking to the CEO of the company, and this one I've done very well because they make me to have an appropriate terminology, correct perspective, knowing that their main objectives, their main objectives, the aims and objectives of that thing, the principle and the ideal, what they need to do, and looking at some things that I need to. Okay, these are the things I need to recommend for them, and then you also in fact, sometimes when you record such things, there was a time, evangelist my Bamile gave me an assignment, and I need to say this. I'm so happy that day. He gave me an assignment, and I was like, "Excuse me, I didn't understand this topic. What do you have in mind with this topic?" And he was giving me, in fact, all what he was sharing with me that day became like a subtopic to me. He was just sharing all that. With that, I became more knowledgeable. I was able now to interpret beyond what he has given me as an assignment. So that really helped me, because this one will provide a kind of potential thing for you, especially if you record those things. If you record it, it gives you a lot of leverage on the footage for the project. In fact, sometimes I remember this. Sometimes it will help you to really, with the permission of the subject, you'll be able to have the in-depth. You'll be able to go to the deep of those areas. You have the understanding, the adequate comprehension, or you have been having a comprehension. You have comprehensive rather. You are comprehensive on those patterns. You are comprehensive on the topic you are about to talk about. You want to talk about. I remember some time ago I was watching this secular film, Aruba, by Tony Kelani, and he is director, great filmmaker, and I was looking at this film, and at the end of the film, they went to show when Tunde Kelani was interviewing Yaoshun, was the priestess, okay, Oshun priestess, and he was able to get the information he used for Aruba, so he couldn't go to that place and create Oshun Shogbo. Maybe she cannot give them permission. Definitely, I know she will not be able to give Tunde Kelani permission. But Tunde Kelani have done the record, put the video at the end of the film. Now they were able to the partner. I think Pat Nebo, if I remember now, Pat Nebo was able to create and do production designing of Oshun Oshogbo in Abeokuta. Wow, fantastic! You say yes. Fantastic. So that's the work of research. When you do your research, when you see pictures, you see videos, you see audio, you put them to place to do some things. The next one is reading material. Make sure you're not just gathering irrelevant materials for what you're about to do. Always be specific and go to the real materials you can. Ask the expert, ask people, maybe some of them you've interviewed and say, sir, can you recommend any book that has helped you over the years for us? By saying that, you look for the book. There is this book of something cat on script writing, and I'm still going to get the book. Because all through my interviews, all through the people I've come across, they've been mentioning that book. I'm not specializing in script writing, I specialize in directing, but I know that as a director, you must know a bit about everything. You must know something very deep about everything. You must know the core things about everything. That's what I would call it. You must know the core values of each of those topics, even as a director. So you have to go to the expert, ask them, recommend things, then also do something. Then you can also search for books. You can also search for books. You can search for books. You can search for journals. You can search for newspaper, magazines, articles, all things, and daily news, daily sketch. Articles, newsletter, websites. Begin to gather them, other sources to just bring about home your topic. By the time you have all these things, before you start writing the script, I tell you, you will write with a massive experience. You will write with something and provide the background information. By the time you're mentioning some names, the people will look at you, where is they coming from? That's one thing I've done over the years by the grace of God. That's why yesterday I told you, I said, when it comes to this research thing, I've been doing research now more than 15 years on internet. More than 15 years. I've been doing this. In those days, I have diskettes. I still have those diskettes at home. I have diskettes when I do research. I'll copy them. Sometimes I'll go and print them out. At that time, begin to read them little by little. Use pen or pencil to underline them bit by bit and all that. So some of this book can be available to you. Maybe some of you read, maybe in a library. You can get in a library, or you can also get it in maybe in a friend's place and all that. You can go to that place. To give you in-depth information for you to have this thing you're involving in, and it will make you to become highly professional, highly technically professional on this subject. You'll be able to stand tall. You'll be able to do a lot of things, and we'll say, wow, Baba, they call you Abba, Father. They're not God anyway, but they just Baba, Baba means father in Nigeria, somebody that they have high regard for, then you go for the next point, which is client information. Whatever the kind of the semantic you are used to, what I would tell you is that, they want to get a very powerful video. You are contacted because they have seen your work, they've seen some of the things you are doing. Your company is contacted, you as an individual is contacted because they've seen massive things you can do. Those are the reasons why they contacted you. So now you must have to get your client information. There was a time I remember they were invited by this Christian aid in Abuja to come and present a powerful drama. And we have somebody in house, and I told them, I said, okay, what can we do? And I went to their website. I wanted to write a script. What I did, I went to their website. I read their passion. I saw their passion. I watched the videos. I saw the mission statement, the vision statement. I saw those things. Those are things that metamorphosed my thinking in bringing out a script. When they saw it, said, wow. Somebody said BBC came. They would have interviewed me. They interviewed me. Well, for me at that time, I was not really looking for any popularity. I left the place, and my brother, the other brother, was telling me, said he granted the interview. He talked about interview. Well, you're free. Not because it's wrong. It's not wrong. But at that time, I'm having an encounter with God. So, and I know when God says show up, and I know when God says don't show up. So I had to remove myself off the scene so that it do not cause me trouble. And information that originated from the client is also, in fact, all the time being very insightful and very helpful. So, but if you overlook it, you're going to have a problem, because a lot of things you say, especially if you say something, maybe you are working on the interview period, there's a press conference, there's a press release of marketing information, advertising, sales project. You have so many things they are doing. Many of us will know this book. Many in Nigeria, if you're in Nigeria, you know what they call Brighter Grammar. This Brighter Grammar book 3. Till now, this book is still standing tall. This book is still standing tall. This book is still standing tall. As you see, it is very, very, the pronouns is there. When I open it, it gave me a nostalgic effect of when I was studying it. Pronouns, okay, that, this, self, all my pronouns. I own that. I own that cat. That cat is my own. You know, when you begin to do the pronoun, the book is mine. This book is my book. This book is mine. You know, that's a possessive pronoun. You know all those things when you're using it. That's why if you as a drama, as a scriptwriter, don't, if you're using English, these things, books like this or things like this must not be far away from you, because you can't afford to just release bullets to people. You have a six brochures, and you know there have been projects they have done, maybe audio project or audio visual project or video and audio project they have done. This will give you a kind of quick understanding and accurate overview of what the clients have in mind. What are their goals? What are their philosophy? What is their techniques? What are their core values? Let me put that way. You know, you have to look at those things. You don't just produce something and then you just leave it like that. Now, if you want to produce a DVD for a school, for elementary school and library, and you don't check the number of people, you don't look at how people are reading, the reading culture in Nigeria or in Africa, what are the value, how can you make it simple for them to, before they know it, they would have read a lot of things. And then don't look at their own. You can take, okay, please, can I have the access to, going back to research again, can I have access to your first brochure? Can I have access to this? And say, well, I will try. I think I saw it somewhere. By the time you bring it out, you see the raw vision at the beginning. You see that after 5 years, you see that after 10 years, then after 15 years, then after 20 years. You know, so, oh wow, these people have been consistent. Look at the information. A 20-year-old film and animation sequence in it that helps show how complicated things can be. Now, if you look at those things, you look at, okay, then you carefully coin out whatever you want to do before you start writing. This will allow you to do a lot of things. You as a person, that much more time and money will be saved, will be definitely saved when you go into this thing, because your research, especially if you are researching for relevant and appropriate materials, you have a lot of things to say. You have a lot of time to say, because 20 years of somebody just asked me, Brother Paul, how do you start and all that? And I just give the person in 5 minutes. Now, 20 years of experience. That may not be easier for anybody. So you have to look at it. Finally, this money is the internet search. Internet search. And I will tell you something. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. I've said this over and over and over. Make sure you have other references that point back to something. Because somebody does all this kind of most time when the news is broken, when there's a breaking news rather, when there's a breaking news on internet, I always look for the source of national dailies or any international dailies. So once I see it there, I believe it, even if it's a lie, or they have to apologize later. But I first of all believe it. I can then share it. But if it just be pseudo or this yellow journalism website, oh no, I don't. All this yellow journalism or yellow journalist or yellow journalist bloggers, I don't, because I know they just want to enjoy themselves. So, and just about any topic, you can search for it. Maybe a place, a person. As I'm talking right now, you can search for Paul-Esupofo, and he will tell you everywhere Paul has been to. He will tell you what Paul has been standing for. So I don't need to struggle to say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. It is already there. So when it's already there, I'm happy. You know, then you have to do your research. You have to be thorough. You have to be well. You have to look at the resources available that is online. I remember when I was talking about communication, I had to trace that. There was one book, there was one exercise book. It was that exercise book I was just looking about from that on the communication. I was just looking at that exercise, and that exercise gave me inspiration. And I went to research how they want to start. The letter started. They had to tie it to the mouth of the bird. They will send it to a place. The bird. Look at the Bible. Look at the times of Noah. You know, those are the times. Some of the things they throw it to the water. It came back. The other one didn't come. I said, "You are saved." You know. Those are the things you have to look at. It's always a good idea for you to always think about the internet, because that's the dispensation we have now, and you have to use it very well. The most advancedly used is Google. It's not Google, it's Google. Okay, you can also use Google search, Yahoo search. You can use as many search, but always go to Scholar search. There's a just site you can go to Scholar site. You know, there's this Wikipedia online. Okay, you can also do that. You can also look at. In fact, the company did a very good job. In fact, Google company did a very good job in making sure that they did a lot of massive things. Thank God for Facebook. Facebook is doing a very great job. This is doing a very massive thing. Imagine all these 2-3 years or going to 3 years of this video. Where on earth would I have been able to keep all this footage? That would be massive. Even as I'm using, some people use it more rugged, some people use it 4 hours every day. Yet the cloud is not filled. Yet the cloud is not frozen. Wow. What an awesome wisdom. So when you're writing, you must make sure that your topic is relevant. You have to be very specific, very direct, very straightforward. You can coin it anyway, but you can do this in a very short time. If you look at it, who made the most creative video? See the YouTube shortlist. When you do that, who made it really short? See the YouTube shortlist. Advertising program, business solution, about Google, make Google your own page, look at Google search, I'm feeling lucky. All those things are on Google. You have to look at it. Just about anything you want, except nobody has ever uploaded it, except nobody has ever said anything about it. We're talking about photographs, we're talking about audio, we're talking about video, we're talking about diagrams. All these things can be accessed. In fact, some of them can be downloaded without bitmap or whatever, or watermark and all that. So one of them can give you a better understanding of the topic you're about to say or the topic you're about to write on. Those are the things that brings about turning point. I won't deceive you. Those are the things that when you do it, you look at it, and everybody will look at it and say, okay, sorry. Okay, I want to quickly see something. That's why. And people will look at it and say, okay, these are the fundamentals. These are the fundamentals that you need to put in place. These are fundamentals you need to put in place. Research is not just one time. Even what you researched 2 weeks ago, you need to go back to verify. And that's why you say last accessed by so time. You see, sometimes you're doing a research like that, you write it in your note or whatever you're using, or whatever desktop or whatever you're using, write it there, last accessed by so date, and put the time, because you don't know. You can check in a few hours time, a lot of things has happened, a lot of things that might have happened. So you have to be very, very cautious. You have to be very consistent and be very, very focused. Thank you very much this morning. This is where I'm going to be stopping. Thank you so much. I really love this topic of research. Please do your research, and don't be shy. Whatever you don't know, ask questions. Ask dynamic questions, ask creative questions, ask intelligent questions. Let people know that you know what you are doing. Grow into whatever you're growing into. Don't feel, oh, I'm feeling big, don't feel big about anything. Grow into all those things and you have a good success. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Monday through Friday is 9:30 a.m. except for location, except for administration, or have anything that can change the time. And Saturday and Sunday is 9:30 p.m. respectively. Saturday is interactive, where you have topic or anything bothering your mind. I want to ask a question. Ask a question. I've come live and ask a question. Ask me a question. Let's ask questions together. Theatrical productions, and let it be something that will be awesome for all of us. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Till another time, I remain Paul-Esupofo. Don't forget and remember, don't only be creative. Stay creative and be a person of creativity. Do have a wonderful day.